live. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this right quick. As you see the caption, read about this homeless mother's excuse for her children's death in Detroit. One of the things she said was when she was talking about, I gotta watch out for this trying to get out of here. One of the things that she said that kind of bothered me was when she watched her youngest, I think, was passing away, and she told the child, she said, "Don't do this to me." I say, "Don't do what? You're doing it to them. You allow your kids to freeze to death in the cold for 3 months in a car, with no home, not even a shelter. That's number one. Number two, all right, she said, I gave her everything they wanted but a house. If you gave them everything they wanted, they needed, but a house, you didn't give them everything they needed because they weren't in a house, warm, being kids, enjoying themselves, learning, and probably uh, they probably weren't even going to school. I don't know. It's sad. It's heartbreaking to me, man. You know, I could not imagine any child being in no car, homeless, and freezing to death. I could not imagine that for to put my life on it. I could not. I really couldn't. And then this should shake the rafters. Now it was reported that she did make every effort to call different places, including the city. And the city actually said they had confirmed that she did make calls to them. Now, what they did and what she did or did not do, I don't know. I don't know if she was too ashamed or what. And they say she had a good job. She admitted it. She was starting a good job. But what I understand is why are you too good to ask for help? Talking about some nobody helped her, which is may or may not be true. I can't confirm or deny it. But ultimately, it's on you. Ultimately, it's on the mother because those kids were in her custody when she had them. When two of the four kids died, and she was in the car when they were dying. But she tried to wake them up to get ready to take them to school. Yeah. So I can only feel but so sorry for her. I'm being serious. I really feel sorry for the kids, man. I feel sorry for the family as a whole. Not necessarily for her, because if anything, really, on some level, I will say neglect, but I don't know the exact situation, so I can only say but so much because I can't totally blame. Because uh, apparently, at some point, those kids did have fathers. Where were the daddies at? Where were they at? You know, no one's talked. They hadn't talked about that yet. This dude, I know this dude speeds behind me. Oh yeah, they definitely speed. And then they expect me to go a certain pace, but you speed. No fool. And people do that every day down here, every day. But nevertheless, though, I'm just can't stand these people with these freaking excuses about, well, I tried everything I could, and I'm thinking maybe you did, maybe you didn't, because for your kids to sit up in homeless in the car for 3 months, I really don't think you did enough. I'm not saying that she didn't make an effort to try to get a housing or whatever, but I don't think she did enough to make sure that them kids were safe and comfortable off the streets. Because there's nothing worse than seeing kids on the streets. And I've seen that in my lifetime, even as a child myself. You know, I've seen kids walking around aimlessly at 10, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night by themselves. I've seen it happen. I've seen them do it. I've actually seen it happen, folks. You know, and it's sad. I've seen it happen. People are cruel when it comes to kids, man. And I was just talking about not long ago. I did a video podcast not too long ago about that the kids are the most forgotten citizens on the planet, and they are still are. You know, with the stuff going on overseas in the Middle East and all that, man. You got kids that are victims of all that stuff that was happening over there. You know, and this just like here in the states, same thing. We worry about what's going on over there. We need to worry about what's happening with our kids right here in this country. Real talk. We really should. We really should because we don't do enough for our kids here. I've been saying that for decades. We don't. We simply don't. That's a damn shame. But I don't know where the baby daddies were. Apparently, them baby daddies didn't care enough about their kids to protect their kids, to keep their kids from being in the situation that they were in. And yes, I said it, and I meant what I said. You gotta be some lousy baby daddies to not even know what's going on with your kids. You know, I don't know what would have put them in a situation or how they got in a situation with the baby mama, but I'm gonna still say the baby mama to me didn't do enough. Tonight, what? Somebody says show respect. What? Khalid, what are you talking about? Are you trolling? I am here tonight to show respect, my bro. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I have a soft spot for kids. I got grandkids. You know, I raise kids myself, and I could not imagine. And I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me tell you a story one time. Now, one time I fell on hard times. I was working as a courier for about 10 years. Right after I got out of the military, and then I was working two other jobs on top of that. I worked a full time job, got off my full time job, worked a part time job at night, and then worked another part time job on the weekends. Man, real talk. Hey, cold hearted. Yeah, sure did, and it was tough. But by the same token, I did not want my kids on the streets in the cold. That's what you do. But I'm gonna give her a little bit of a break because she was a single mother raising four kids, and then with no fathers that was taking care of the kids. I don't know why. I don't know the situation. But it's a damn shame that no kids was right in the middle of something that wasn't even their fault, and two of them died as a result of it. But all four of them was suffering. That's what I hate. You know, there's not enough laws in this country, or let alone this world, to protect kids the way we should. It's hurtful, man. I almost want to make you cry about it. I'm being serious. I could not imagine my 2 year old granddaughter being homeless. I know I wouldn't allow it, and I know damn sure her daddy definitely wouldn't allow it because I ain't raised him like that. And he know better. You know, it just hello. I can't support. I support. I can't read your name, but how you doing? You know what I'm saying, guys and gals. Y'all know what I'm saying. If you care enough about anything in this world, you do care about kids. And it wouldn't matter if they were my kids or somebody else's kids. If I knew that you was gonna be homeless, and I've done that. I've actually had uh, two of my in-laws had kids. I kept three of them at one time before my house, and I kept three more from the other sister-in-law at my house at two different times, and they were out homeless. But they stayed. One of them stayed about a month and a half until they got themselves together and found a home or found a shelter. I wasn't gonna let it happen. Now my water bill was high as hell at the time, but that was the only thing that pissed me off. I was like, how am I gonna take care of y'all? Y'all got this water bill high as I don't know what. I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it's a water company or something. But anyway, but the thing of it is, I made sure that they weren't homeless. So from personal experience, I know I couldn't let no kids be living on the street like that, man. And if you know people like that, if they got kids, you should not want them kids being on the streets. Not at all. And none of those kids of mine, they were mine by proxy, nieces and nephews. But still, they were kids, you know. There's people out here don't got no heart, and that's one of the reasons why you should not allow your kids, any kids, to be living on the street like that, man. There are people who are just cold as hell. They don't give a damn about kids. That's what's really even more heartbreaking, because this world has got so cold, man. Look at Trump now, man. That's a prime example. It just makes you sick. It makes you sick, you know. Oh, thank you, prompt. I'm sorry I can't read your name. I'm in the middle of the road right now. I'm traveling. Hey, M2 lover. Oh yeah, but it makes you sick, to hear about this stuff all the time. You know, people would put Michael Jackson on blast, but Michael Jackson put kids in the forefront in terms of talking about kids being taken care of and all that in his videos and stuff. You know, and I think he got a raw deal, man. That raw deal cost him his career and probably eventually his life. You know, because he was being messed with all those years, man. That's another whole story. I could talk about that all day. But like I said, I give this woman a little bit of grace because she ultimately had to take care of 4 kids. Now, I don't know, like I said again, I don't know what she did or what she didn't do. Nobody gives a damn about you doing that, Benjamin. You can get off my channel for doing that. Oh, do you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read, yeah. What? I love Stephen Cole. Well, go ahead and enjoy yourself. I mean, that's not my business. But anyway, why do I always get trolls this time of morning? I'm talking serious business about a serious topic of a serious issue, and only serious people who come on my channel need to apply. I ain't about no business. No, excuse my French, guys and gals, because I usually don't do this. Hey, Max plays, Max plays. You don't need to ask me anything, bro. You don't need to ask me nothing, because if you talking about doing, I don't play that mess. So if you don't, this is about serious. This is about a very serious topic regarding children being forgotten. All right. When it comes to a topic like that, I don't play that. Okay. I really don't. This ain't the time to be joking. I joke around when I joke around. This ain't time to joke around. This is the time I get very serious about a very, very traumatic and very serious topic. You know? No, I don't. I got a science problem. To tell you the truth, that's what you think that is. No, it's not COCUS. I have a serious science problem, and I've had it for a number of years. But anyway, um, it just makes me sad, man. You know, and I pray every day, virtually every day. But it's not, praying ain't enough. We gotta do more now. We have to really be more proactive now. And as parents, as relatives, or whatever, kids should not be suffering like that, man. No kids should be, no kids should be suffering like that. You know. And like I said, it ain't totally the mother's fault, but she did come up with a million excuses about, don't do this to me. That's what she did about her kids. And talking about I gave him everything but a home. You didn't give him anything. If you gave him everything but a home, then you didn't give him nothing. You had nothing to give him. I got him toys and all this other stuff. The money you could have been spending on those high priced electronics, you could have probably put on a small down payment for a house or something like that, a low income house or a homeless shelter or something like that. No, you want to buy junk for the kids. Oh, this food is out here today. No, ain't nobody got time for all that mess. You know, I just can't imagine any kid living on the streets like that, in the garage or in a car or even in a cardboard box. I can't. I just cannot, man. I can't for the life of me think that I'm giving them everything, and they ain't living in a home. But that's the thing that pissed me off. Where she's like, oh, I gave them everything. I did everything I could. No, you didn't. That's basically what she's saying. I did everything. They had the best ever. No, they didn't. If you if, You had the best of everything and now I have a home. That don't mean you good. You know? She was saying that was good as she can get it to do. It wasn't good enough. It was. I'm sorry. I can't accept that excuse. I cannot. I cannot. And if you watch the video with her talking, you would have thought she was the victim. I mean, the pull. She was the victim. Her kids, age 2, and I think the other one was age 9, who died, were the real victims. They had no family to protect them. They had no family to shelter them. They had no family to, you know, to keep them off the streets, man. They had no family there for them, period. And that's what's sad. And that's what's truly heartbreaking, folks. That's heartbreaking. You know, to sit there and they said there was inside parking lot of a hotel. I mean, a casino. So there had to be cameras somewhere. Somebody had to know for 3 months that they were in that area for 3 months and saw a camera with kids sitting up in the car all night. Somewhere. They had to know. They also had to know they probably wasn't staying in the casino hotel too. Come on. Somebody definitely knew. Real talk. That alone is a crime in itself to me, folks. That's a crime. That's abuse. That's neglect. And yes, I must say it. I give the mom a little bit of grace, but just enough to say, okay, she had 4 kids. But she did do enough to protect them. I'm sorry. She didn't. She did not. And she said that she had a good job. But if you watch the video, she said, oh, I gave him everything but a home. You know, I have electronics and stuff. That electronics you could have used it probably as a possible down payment for low income housing if you had looked around. You know, you could have went to a number of places. You could start you could have bought you a phone, started your GoFund campaign or a Cash App, a freaking damn Cash App. Put the video. You could have took the video, shot the video with you and the kids living homeless. You're not telling where you was at, but you could have provided the content to people and let them know that you needed help. A lot of things you could have done. You could have called the American Red Cross. Could have called the Salvation Army. Hell, you could have called the USO. You know, I had experience with them one time when I was I missed a red eye going back to Cleveland from Philly, and I went to USO, and then somebody said you could stay at USO. I was in the military, and USO treated me so well, man. I loved them for that, and I was donating them for years after that. You could have went there. Could have went to City Hall. You could have went to a hospital where you worked at, but you probably had too much pride. You know, I don't know that for certain, but that's what it sounded like to me. You had a little puffed up pride. You couldn't ask them for anything. You know, I can only imagine. But if I was a mother with 4 kids, I'm a damn sure make sure that somebody's gonna help me take care of them and get them off the street. That's for damn sure. And then I deal with them baby daddies later. You know, at some point, but they would be dealt with. You know, but to sit there and you know and not do what you needed to do, and I mean everything within your God given power to get those kids off the street. Ain't no excuse for that. I'm sorry. Even I worked as a man. I worked 3 jobs myself to make sure my family didn't get on the street because it almost one time it almost happened. Yeah, yeah. Because I was paying for daycare, you know, maintenance on my car park at my job, a mortgage in my house. Now, I wasn't making a whole lot of money, and I had to work 2, 3 jobs to maintain, stay afloat. The matter of fact, to make sure my son was even getting formula. Because it almost got that bad where I almost didn't have no money to give them formula. You know? Yeah. I admit to that. That only happened once. Well, it almost happened once, and it happened after that. And I was, never again. I don't remember how I got to that point. It was something. I don't know what happened. I sent some money home or something. But plus, I'm sure you had relatives somewhere that would have took them in. Because I did it. I did it for some of my in-laws. True story. You know, you do what you need to do. You know, you do the right thing that you need to do to take care of your family, and not make excuses about it. You know, just saying. You know, we gotta stop all this excuses. And you could hear she was making some excuses too. You know, I don't know. I said I've never been a mother, but I've been a father, and I know as a father, I know what it takes to make sure that you keep a roof over your head for your family. As a man, you know, but as a woman and you got 4 kids and no one else, no man's helping you, you better use every resource you got and make sure you create resources that you need to create to make sure them kids are well taken care of, and stop this excuse. So I'm gonna talk about one other thing. I actually should do a separate podcast on, but I'm gonna talk about why I got you guys on here. It's this thing where they try to stop Elon Musk from stealing personal information of people from the through the Treasury and other resources. Democrats are coming up real short, and they're coming up $1 late, like they always do. Oh, we're going to try to do something. Y'all knew about Elon Musk, you knew about Donald Trump, and you talking about, oh, I'm glad to proud to be a Democrat and all that. You probably a Democrat now. How about you would probably be a Democrat and could have got a much better candidate than Kamala Harris? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you had a much better candidate than Kamala Harris, to be honest, more people would have voted for the Democratic candidate over Trump. I can guarantee it. The problem was Kamala Harris was the best you could do. You know, that's the number one problem I got about Democrats. And oh yeah, reproductive rights. That's another thing. Reproductive rights is to give a woman the right to keep or choose to get rid of the baby. Who wanted to be on a platform with that? Who wanted to vote with a woman who was on a platform like that? Really? That was the other problem. That's the only thing she talked about. She didn't talk about nothing else. Only thing she kept saying was Donald Trump is bad. Donald Trump is bad. We know it's bad. What you gonna do to counter? And she had nothing to counter. In lies the problem right there. She had no agenda. That's another whole story. You know, and those women was out there thinking, oh yeah, if Kamala Harris do that, that was give us reproductive rights. That's gonna solve everything. Right. That's another whole story. So that's all I got, folks. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching my channel and tuning in. I will have more to say about this and other topics on my channel. For all to hear TV, this is DJ Wolf, DJ Wolf Live. I'm out.